Psst, hey buddy, come here. I got a secret for you. Come closer, come closer. Would you like to know the most affordable coastal city in Southern California?
It's Port Hueneme.
That's right, Port Hueneme. One of the reasons it could be such a secret is it's only about 5 miles wide. It's way off the beaten path, really far from Highway 101, and most people think it's just part of Oxnard.
But it's not, it's its own city. It's about an hour and a half away from LA, and if you need to go there, then you can take the side roads over to the 101, or take Highway 1, which is the 2-lane highway, but sometimes closes due to construction, accidents, or during the winter, maybe a mudslide.
That is a beautiful drive, let me tell you though. You go through Malibu to Santa Monica in roughly an hour and you will hardly ever see more beautiful coastline than that. And that's one of the strong suits of Port Hueneme is it is close to all that amazing coastline to the south. It's close to the Santa Monica National Mountains for fantastic hiking. Under a half an hour drive to Ventura. It borders Oxnard and all the opportunities that Oxnard has there, including the community college. So there's access to a lot of fun, exciting places near Port Hueneme. And then at the same time, this area is low key. And that's one of the things we'll hear from people who love it here is it's quiet.
Right, which can make it great for people who like it quiet, but not so much the place to live if you need to be involved in a lot of activity. However, Port Hueneme really does try to make a great community here. They have lots of different festivals, such as the Banana Festival, or the street fair, or the family fishing day over on the port, or even Marijuana Festival, which is because Port Hueneme was the first city in Ventura County to allow recreational marijuana sales.
There's a Boys and Girls Club here. There's a community center. People are really involved with the beach here, which is beautiful. There's the pier, there's fishing. There's a fantastic boardwalk here that runs along the beach. They had a community movie night during COVID here. So there is a lot of community events going on here that people love.
Right, and the beach is really long and flat, and there's a restaurant here where you can sit and eat some seafood and look at the ocean and the pier. And the boardwalk allows you to walk your dog because your dog is not allowed on the beach here. There's not a downtown to Port Hueneme, and if you need to go shopping or get some food or eat at a restaurant, there are strip malls around here.
Yeah, one of the things you'll hear as a complaint from residents here is that there is not a lot to do, and that, you know, if they want to have fun or do something exciting, they're going to go somewhere else. There is also shopping nearby at the outlets in Camarillo, which is not far away. And it's within an easy drive to the Collection Shopping Center in Oxnard, which is probably the best overall shopping experience in this part of Ventura County. There's a Whole Foods there. There's all kinds of national chain stores. People come from all over to get to that collections area.
Port Hueneme is less than 5 miles wide, but 60% of that is the naval base, the port, and the beach. Residents do complain about the air quality, but it is higher than the national average.
Another thing they'll complain about is fumes from the wastewater treatment plant.
But because of their complaints, they have both gotten better. Both the port and the wastewater treatment plant since 2019 have done a lot to mitigate those extra smells.
If you do buy a home here within a mile of the naval base, you'll need to sign a release.
And California is really into making sure that you are aware that if you're close to a base or agriculture. That you are aware, or an airport, right, that you're aware that there may be risks to your health. The other thing is that there is some crime in the area. It is above the national average.
It's mostly property crime. The police, however, reportedly do have a really fast response time. You see them everywhere around here, the police, and they're also very strict about parking enforcement, which is one way apparently they pay for city resources because they're on it.
Right. You don't want to go park at the beach without paying.
Another thing you'll hear residents complain about is the homeless population that's primarily near the strip malls area where all the shops are.
Homes here do tend to sell for less, as we were talking about, than other coastal areas.
Yeah, the cost of living here is still going to be way high, right, compared to the rest of the country. But for Ventura County in particular, this is the most affordable.
Home prices in this area, condos start at around $300,000, and you're looking at HOAs running from about 300 to 500, and homes are looking at about an introductory rate of the high 500.
Roughly 60% of the homes here are actually rentals.
So it's good investment property.
Yeah, and a strong suit to this area is the diverse economy. You have the naval base, you have an international port, you have proximity to lots of jobs with agriculture.
The weather here is amazing. Well, it's a lot like Oxnard and other coastal areas where you don't get too hot and you don't get too cold.
Yeah, it's mostly sunny and beautiful here most of the year, but the winters do get damper and cooler, and the wind combined with that dampness will get super cold on some you will get super cold on some days with that wind and dampness.
So you don't see a lot of people swimming in the water.
People do love to surf here, and there is an international surf competition here in the summer.
It is a wonderful place to live.
There are three main types of communities in Port Hueneme. The first one we're in right now, where you have ranch-style homes on medium-sized lots with limited overhead power lines, plenty of on-street parking. One complaint we've heard about this type of area, depending on the street you live on, is there can be parties at night or on the weekends. So if you're going to buy here, you'll probably want to drive this area during the weekends or at night just to see what it's like. The other main neighborhood you have, there is a retirement community with a 9-hole golf course. There's attached home there. There's attached homes there that live like duplexes. In the third area you'll find, especially as you get closer to the beach and the ocean, is gated communities. There's a lot of gated communities in Port Hueneme with an HOA, with condos and townhomes, HOA fees. And that's one way too, if you prefer things really much quieter, is to live in a community that has an HOA. Overall though, in Port Hueneme, this area is quiet. It has a really quiet feel no matter where you live, especially during the day. If you look online, you will hear some residents complaining about some of the things we talked about. But if you come here and visit Port Hueneme and drive through it, chances are you're going to say, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful area. So every place has its drawbacks and cons, but when you get here, you realize, wow, this is a really nice area.
We are real estate agents, and so make sure you give us a call and find out more about this information. We would love to show you around.
Yeah, keep in mind, Ventura County is so diverse. So if Port Hueneme is not having what you want, check out some of our other videos, but also give us a call. Tell us what you're looking for, and we can really help narrow down your search very quickly.